All right, Bruchim Aboyim, welcome everyone. I want to take a few minutes to talk about this whole situation with President Trump trying to make a memo of understanding, not even really a deal, it's just a 60-day memo of understanding with Iran. And that all of a sudden the whole Israeli public, you see all over social media, I don't know people telling this in person, but the whole Israeli public, from the left to the right, the secular to the religious, all of the how disappointed they are. I want to say something first and foremost. Judaism, we're called Yahadus, Judaism, from the name Yehuda, the name Judah, which it comes from Zois Apam Oidos Hashem. That when Leah Imenu was giving birth to Yehuda, she said, "This time I will render thanksgiving unto the Lord." The whole essence of Judaism is gratitude. And so this, with the Zionim, that they're ungrateful to all the good things that President Trump did for them. They defaced the Ramat Trump sign because they couldn't wait for Mashiach. And they're making us wait because they have to have their Medina. Even though it's clear in the Gemara in Ben David Batshab, Tichel Malchus Uzulis Mi Yisrael. We would have had Mashiach if not for the Tzionim. And everybody knows this. And they're standing in the way. And they say, oh, how could God bring us Mashiach if we're not there? No, God doesn't need your help. God is almighty and all-powerful. He can do miracles. And instead they insist they have to make all these wars and all the debauchery and heresy and all of the apostasy that's in our Holy Land that they're doing. And they can't even have a Karasa Tov, they can't have gratitude to our great President Trump, who's doing so much, who did so much for them. And the second he doesn't do exactly what they want, the idiots. I don't like to get angry about these things. But it's enough already. It's enough that they're preventing Mashiach from coming. That they're the anti-Mashiach. That they had to be over on the Shavuos and put the whole Klal Yisrael in danger. Like the Satmar Rav Zchus Elenu, he said, an arsonist who wakes up his victims is not a hero. But even with that, where's your Hakar Satov? Like our great Vice President J.D. Vance said, the whole world, they're fed up with Israel. President Trump is the one good friend they have. All right, yeah, the Israelis are making business deals with this one, that one. But there's nothing like the friendship that President Trump has for the state of Israel and for the Jewish people in general, which is a separate thing from the state of Israel. It has nothing to do with the state of Israel, and he needs to learn that. That's the one time I have on President Trump, and I think he's learned to overcome that. But this, I heard this from Steve Dace, that you're feeding into all of it, which I think is part of, Steve wouldn't say this, but I'm saying this. Steve is saying it's feeding into all the anti-Semitic tropes. That look, you're not willing to die for us means you're anti-Semite. You're not willing to send boots on the ground. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But the thing is, you know the history of Zionism, you know the history of Herzl Machshamo, who was a Meshumid, and all these other things. Really, that's what they want. They like to make trouble for us. And so we have a big fight to try to make peace with the whole world despite the ingratitude of the Zionist movement. To show the whole world that we are grateful and we are humble, and that we accept the yoke of exile that God imposed upon us. It's not just a happenstance. It's by divine decree. It's in the Bible. It's in the Torah, in the Chumash. The Teichacho. This is where we are. This is our job, is to be servants to the other nations, humbly, and hopefully make a good influence and be a light unto the nations. And the Zionist movement is getting in the way of that. And the insularity of much of the ultra-Orthodox world in reaction to Zionism also is caused by the Zionists. The Haredi world would be better lights unto the nations if not for the Zionists. And so they're also shielding in this. And so we have to find some way to show our humility, our love, and our compassion, and our patriotism for the United States of America, a country that is an eschatological country. I believe the United States is more of a reishis smichas gulasenu than the Zionim could ever be. Because our country is built on the idea that we're endowed by our Creator with unalienable rights. We have a motto, in God we trust. And the Zionim, when they made their atzmos, what they say, their atzomas, they said, Tzur Yisrael. They couldn't invoke the name of God. They just had to say Rock of Israel. And you could interpret that how you want. That if you're an atheist, you could make some, racist nonsense about what it means. And then the religious people would know Tzur Yisrael means, Tzur Elamim. The Rock of Ages. Tzur Mishaloi Achalna. Oy, Yibor Shaloilam. So there needs to be, and I would say in the Holy Land too, from the Haredi world should speak up and have Hakaras Hatov for President Trump. That's not an Avodah Zorah. That's our job. That's our requirement in Gullus. That learn this from like Rav Shamshon Rafal Hirsch, who was a leader of the modern Orthodox. It's not only an ultra-Orthodox idea. The modern Orthodox have turned their back. Even Rabbi Soloveitchik from Yeshiva University also had ideas that were not as strongly Zionist as people think. He did not believe, and he stated openly that he did not believe that there was anything eschatological about the state of Israel, just he had a patriotic feeling for the state of Israel, even though he never visited the state of Israel. He visited Eretz Israel before the Medina. But the truth is, we have to have patriotism for America. We have to recognize that this country was built by men of God, many of whom were Unitarian in their theology, even if not, particularly Jefferson certainly was not a Trinitarian. He was not an Oived of Zorah. The Muslims claim him as an honorary Muslim. We can claim him as honorary Ben Noach, even more so because he would have chavrusa with Rebbe Shulber Kershid, Zuchas Yigaleinu, the Talmud of Rebbe Nassan Adler, of the Chassam Sofer's Rebbe, someone from the same chotzer, the same cheder as Chassam Sofer. Baruch Shalom should help us, that we should be able to find good things in this world and learn and daven and do mitzvahs and ma'asim tovim and wait humbly for Mashiach to come. The big thing, I would say, as Chazal teach us, if we're concerned about Milchemes Gog and Magog, is to eat Shalosh Sudas b'Shabbos, all 3 Shabbos meals, to be Mekayim the mitzvah of Einik Shabbos, and the schus of Einik Shabbos will be zeicher to be nitzel, to be rescued from the Milchemes Gog and Magog, from all the eschatological wars, which includes spiritual wars in Emunah. The Chavetz Chaim talks about this. So he says that really the Milchemes Gog and Magog will be a war of a spiritual war, and the Horaya, the proof is that when people hear that, they're relieved to hear, oh, it's only a spiritual war. Then they don't know what a spiritual war is. That's what we have to be strong in our emunah. And the path in doing that is Oinik Shabbos in the proper way. Obviously, with Shmir Shabbos, cooking foods according to the laws of Shmir Shabbos, and eating the Shabbos meals, ideally traditional foods, singing Zmiris and saying Divrei Torah by the Sudas, and in this chus we'll be nitzel from all those things, and we should be able to have this Gals Kvitch Shemayim B'Meir.